GB News is really a sort of little chip off the old media block. It's under Ofcom. It's part of that universe. And we do our own things.
David Starkey, GB News, what is going on? Because obviously I was cancelled from there. And then over the past few months, I still speak to a lot of people within that organisation. David, I have a lot of respect for a lot of the people there. But I was told that you are now no longer allowed to appear on the channel live. They don't trust you to broadcast live. Is that true?
I haven't the faintest idea. Nobody bothered to tell me. I mean, look, they're a commercial channel.
Mm-hmm.
Or they should be. Actually, they're not, of course. There are a couple of rich men's toys, but they take commercial decisions. If they've decided they don't want me, that's absolutely fine. They have no idea how they treated you. They allowed my contract to run its course. They paid everything they owed me. I have got absolutely nothing to say. They're entitled to make a judgment. It's as simple.
Were you disappointed?
Do you know what? I couldn't greatly care, Dan. I've survived because I make my own rules. I don't believe. I obey the law of the land and I respect the law of the land, even when, as I tried to point out, the law of the land is based on principles that have gone seriously awry. But I survived cancellation because I simply refused to be cancelled. As you pointed out at the beginning of this show, the title, Uncancelled, as you pointed out at the beginning of this show, there is an entirely new media landscape in which we're in a sense, we've gone back, if you like, to the rule of the jungle. We're in a sort of state of nature, the old territories of the old media, and in that respect, GB News is really a sort of little chip off the old media block. It's under Ofcom. It's part of that universe. And we do our own things and we reach out in our own ways. Again, it is the remarkable thing about Elon Musk. He is the one who understands this most clearly, that there's a degree of unfilteredness in this new world. Now, there's much that's unpleasant about it, especially I notice on Twitter, by far the nastiest voices are from the left. The ones who promote violence, the ones who use horrible language, the ones who are entirely incapable of having an argument and will resort to some vile personal remark, but that's fine. That's what Musk talks about as the free market of ideas. And that's the world that we are in. GB News has apparently taken the decision. I've no idea how terribly loose-tongued I was. Any remark that I might have made pales into absolute insignificance compared with what we've just heard now.
Who is, by the way, those people, the likes of Dr. Scholar, the likes of Dawn Butler, they are constantly on the mainstream media, constantly on Woke ITV, constantly on the British Bashing Corporation.
They are constantly purveying that vile, destructive, divisive talk, and they're allowed to do it. And we are fools. Now, I'm not saying they should be banned. But what I'm saying is there should be effective and forceful voices calling them out and countering them. And of course, the reason they get away with this is that most of us on our side of the argument are fighting, if we're fighting at all, with half a gag on and one hand tied behind our backs. And it really is the nonsense again, which is pervade on arguments over reparations with slavery. And the arguments, as it were, on that side are rubbish. They are appalling. They're based on deliberate perversion of history, absolute failure to comprehend contemporary experience then. For example, looking at how a French colony would have been treated. I'm an enormous believer, for example, with the West Indies, of saying, do you really think being British was such a terrible thing? Why not go and have a look at the French West Indies colony, which we now call Haiti? Go and have a look there. Go and look what Haiti looks like. Realize that the poor Haitians actually had to buy their freedom from France. But who is prepared to say that? Who is prepared to put those arguments? Who is allowed to put them? And it is again this desperately dangerous skewing of the scales. The thing that's terrible, isn't it, Dan? You look at the Old Bailey, you look at the Central Criminal Court, there's that famous statue of justice with the scales. You now know that the scales are weighted, and you know that the hand of justice rests on them, deliberately perverting them and deliberately opening the way to people like Dr. Shona and the rest of the horrors. And frankly, she's profoundly dangerous. She's not half as dangerous as the Islamist left.
This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, the global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. Every man knows the unbeatable feeling of a fresh barbershop shave. Now, what if I told you that you no longer have to wait weeks or even months between appointments to experience it? I'm introducing Manscaped's latest release, the Chairman Pro package. The all-in-one set includes everything you need to recreate the luxury of a professional shave right at home. Whether you're after that daily silky smooth finish or prefer to maintain a rugged 5 o'clock shadow, the Chairman Pro package has you covered. First up, we have the star of the show, the electric foil shaver. This isn't just any shaver. It comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. You have the 4-blade foil for that close, smooth shave when you're looking to go absolutely clean. And you have the skin-safe stubble trimmer for when you want to keep a bit of a rugged look. Both heads are designed with skin-safe technology to help reduce razor burn and irritation so your skin feels smooth and comfortable after every shave, reducing redness or discomfort. A standout feature that truly differentiates the Chairman Pro from the rest is Flex Adjust technology. This innovative tech ensures a superior shave by allowing both blades and the pivoting head to seamlessly adapt to the unique contours of your face and is gentle on the neck area, helping you maintain great contact with your skin at every angle. And the Chairman Pro is waterproof, so you can use it right in the shower. It simplifies the cleanup to just a quick rinse under the sink and you're all set. It isn't just for daily shaves either. It is powerful enough to tackle up to 5-day growth, making it perfect whether you're shaving every day or just tidying up after a few days. With up to 75 minutes of runtime on a single charge, you won't have to worry about running out of juice mid-shave. It also comes with a travel lock to help keep it from accidentally powering on during travel. But that's not all. The package also includes the Power Shave Gel to get the ultimate wet shave experience. It's packed with skin-soothing ingredients that defend against redness and irritation. And to finish off, we've got the Face Shave Soother, and aftershave serum is a game changer. So you can get the Chairman Pro package today and experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve. Head over to manscaped.com and join the over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using the code OUTSPOKEN for 20% off and free shipping. That's www.manscaped.com using the code OUTSPOKEN. Stay on top of your grooming game and be ready for anything the season throws your way. No, indeed. But with GB News, I guess everything.
I'm sorry. Can I just say
yes
that I have nothing further to add, because I am a deep believer in the right of judgment of commercial organizations. That nobody, I have no right to be published by anybody. I have no right for any broadcaster to employ me. And if they choose to arrive at that judgment, that's fine.
No, and I understand that. But what I was going to ask about, though, was about the force, because it's everything that you've been talking about what happened after 1997 is represented by Ofcom, or the Ofcommunists, as I call it, because effectively what has happened is that the Ofcommunists have threatened to take GB News off air. They've fined them £100,000. So this is, again, how the establishment works to shut down voices, isn't it?
Yes, of course it is. Equally, Ofcom has behaved more gently than many people wanted. If you remember, the respectable, what is so astonishing, Dan, is entirely respectable people are now clamoring. Leading figures in the BBC and whatever are clamoring for things like GB News to be taken off air.
Mm.
They're openly professing censorship. Because, of course, the only way in which this extraordinary skewed, what's the word I want? I don't normally grope for words. I'm trying. As I said, it is like the Soviet Union.
Yeah, yeah.
What you actually have, you've got an official series of views, which everybody knows are false. Now, the only way that you can maintain the pretense that views that people don't believe in are views that people do believe in is by censorship, by actually overt censorship, or by censorship by social pressure. And I'm afraid that is exactly what we are seeing. And what it makes it worse, Dan, right? Freedom of speech it can be just a bit of fun, the world to an extent you and I live in and thrive in, because we've both got the gift of the gab. It's jolly good being gay, isn't it? You know, it really does help. But it's something much more fundamental. The only genuine natural resource that these little islands have is freedom.
Mm.
The fact that we, a tiny country with a tiny population, were able to invent modernity and to reshape, conquer if you like, and reshape the world was because of freedom, because of that extraordinary fertility of ideas. This again is what Musk is talking about. And he is the reason that he is the richest man in the world. He's the most free thinking man, often reckless, often stupid, often absurd. It doesn't matter. He also believes in something else, which we used to believe in too. He believes in that test by results. Again, the Bible, by their fruits ye shall know them. We now live in a world in which not only do we suppress language, why are they so keen on language? Why is the left so keen on language? It's so keen on language because it actually believes that uttering words by themselves make things different. I mean, we've just had a budget now, which is guaranteed to suppress growth. On the other hand, the Labour Party tells us its only principle is to make Britain the fastest growing economy in the G7. How is it going to do it? It's going to do it by magic. It's going to do it by uttering words. And this is, again, if you remember, in George Orwell's 1984, the last section of the book is a section on language. It's a section on newspeak, on words which are designed to control not simply what people say, but what they think and actually what they see. And you know what? It's very much like the Catholic Church, the medieval Catholic Church. Again, it's the belief in the magic of language. If I say hoc est corpus, the words of consecration of the Mass, and do you know what? And the bit of bread and the mug of and the chalice of wine actually become flesh and blood. Now we all know this is total nonsense, and I will even say it to my friend Jacob Rees-Mogg. It's complete nonsense, but it is that belief, and the medieval church enforced that belief by burning people alive. By burning people alive. We are now in a system where the left is trying through cancellation, and which, remember, if you're employed in the public sector, cancellation isn't what Dan and I went through. It is the destruction of your livelihood. In other words, it is by a genuine attempt at the destruction of an individual's livelihood, but also of their friends, of their status in society, and everything else. To do what? To perpetuate a lie, to perpetuate a society that is based on lies. The fundamental thing we've all got to learn to do is to tell the truth, is to use words so they correspond to real things. Let's all try and do it.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes.
Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.